Good day, collective. I am Sarah B, and you are tuning into Just Be Tarot. Thank you for your amazing energy. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel, and also hitting that notification bell. That will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. I'm so excited to have you here with me today for this October 2025 tarot card reading. Now, I'm shuffling for the Sagittarius collective for October 2025, and I'm shuffling for the overall energy. Spirit, what does the Sagittarius collective need to know for the overall energy for October 2025? Shuffling for Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay, what do we have here? We have contract. Okay, so some of you might be delving into signing. Maybe you're buying a house. Maybe you are starting school. Maybe you're taking out a loan on a new car. This could be something to do with the court, but you are, make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Make sure you pay attention to details if you are going through any kind of documents. Very, very important for you to be paying attention. All right. This could also be about feeling equal to somebody. You might not feel like you're an equal. You might not feel like everybody is pulling their weight. This could be at home. This could be at work. This could be in a relationship. So that might be something that you want to address and have a talk with. Maybe you have to have, a house meeting for everybody, or, if you have roommates, or a roommate meeting, everybody gets together, and so you can share your feelings with people. But I do feel like this is bothering you. It's, when other people don't pull their weight, and you feel like you are just the only one who is pushing forward or trying to create this relationship or anything. When you don't feel like an equal, you feel like you're like really carrying the bulk of whatever it is you're doing, then it's hurtful. How come these people, I don't feel seen? Why aren't they stepping up? I get that is something that is a struggle. I feel like you may also need clarification on something. Maybe you don't know all the details in a situation. For some of you, is what Spirit's telling me. So make sure before you're signing everything, make sure you have all the details. Make sure you've gone over every nook and cranny of a contract, or whatever it is that you are going through. If you're just signing on a job, make sure you know all of the details inside and out before you go signing a contract for work. Now we have woman holding a heart. And I feel like this is somebody who is very emotional right now. Somebody who, I just heard the phrase gushing over you. Now this could even be like a motherly figure. I heard auntie. I know some people call their even friends, or like auntie. I specifically heard auntie. So this could be an auntie of yours, but this person is gushing over you. So I feel like this is a person who is looking out for your greatest good, or wants to spoil you, wants to give you all the love and all the things that they're able to give you. Maybe you're like the only niece or nephew, or the grandchild, or but this person is always doting. Thank you, Spirit. I love that word. Doting on you, wanting to see you happy. But this could be a best friend, sister, brother. It could be whomever, but I do feel like this person is constantly raving about you, gushing over you, wanting to have your best interest in mind. So you might be coming in contact with this person in October. Maybe you have plans to take a vacation to see them, or take a trip to see them. But I feel like you're going to feel spoiled. You're going to feel ultra loved when you come into contact with this certain energy. This person's going to want to really build you. You're going to feel seen with this person. You are going to they really put you on a pedestal, and you feel really seen in their energy. So that will be a good, positive experience for you. So look out for that energy coming into your life for October. All right, so I'm going to move on to tarot. Let's see what Tarot has for our Sagittarius collective. One more, and then I will shuffle. Shuffle for Sagittarius spirit. Okay, what does the Sagittarius collective need to know for October 2025? Shuffling for October spirit. What do they need to know for October 2020? Thank you. Okay, so we have the Chariot coming through. So there's an energy coming through for you, and it's coming in fast. And we have the Page of Swords. So something that you're learning. So I just heard a lesson that you're learning might be coming in for you. Something that you have maybe that's a clarity you're seeking. Something that you need to be clear on. Something that you're learning. Something that you're focusing on or need to focus on. I feel like this has to do with that Judgment card or the contract card. Something that you're seeking clarity about. Coming in for you. It's coming in fast, though, this energy. So if you were looking for news about something, a contract renewal, or something being renewed, or maybe a mortgage you were approved for, or a job offer of some kind, there's something that is going to be successful. Yeah, you're going to start a new path. This is going to start a new path for you. Oh, Swords, messages. You have messages coming in. I'm hearing that you need to take a rest, though. This, whatever opportunity this is, it's been something that you've heard calling you for a long time. With this Eight of Cups energy, something that has been in your heart for a while. Maybe you've been putting your needs on the back burner, and finally you're able to pursue your wants and desires. Maybe you've been taking care of a family for years and years, and finally they're grown and out of the house or away at school, and you're able to pursue your wants and needs. So this is a calling that you've been hearing for years. Maybe it's ideas. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe you have want to go back to school, or have other intentions, but this is something that you're pursuing. Something that you want to work for. I feel like you've been resting, and now it is time to go out and find what is missing from your heart and your soul. All right, so there's a decision that needs to be made. This decision to go and find this desire might, you might have to make some major decisions with your family, with your partner. This could mean a whole shift in the household. This could be, now everybody has to chip in. And it's not just, one person taking care of everything. Maybe that's the equality that we're seeing with this contract, this balance. It might shift your whole house, your whole system. So it might be about compromise. It might be about making decisions. But this is something that needs to be done. It's everybody's going to need to step up. You've been doing it for a long time, and now other people are going to have to help around the house. Yeah, it might not be perfect, so you might have to let go of control a little bit. So when you come home and everything's not the way you would have done it, then you might have to be like, okay, well, at least they're helping. So that might be an issue for you at first, is what I'm hearing, but you're going to work through it. They're doing it for you, and they're doing it because they love you and want to see you succeed. So just keep that in the back of your mind. What else do we have? What other messages, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. Something is ending. I feel like a cycle needs to end is what I just heard. Um, High Priestess. You're fighting hard not to say something. You're being called not to say something. Maybe something you feel like something needs to end, but a High Priestess is really focusing on intention and connecting with your higher power. Doesn't say a whole lot, kind of works off of intuitiveness and energy. You're being asked to step back and maybe be a better listener. This person isn't speaking up, and I feel like that's hard for you. You're asked to just let things play out. I feel like saying anything at this point may get you, I don't want to say in trouble because I don't get an energy of you being in trouble, but might put a hindrance on progress, if that makes sense. Like any words that you have to say right now isn't going to be a positive attribute to the situation going on. Now, I don't know, that could resonate with differently for many people depending on what you have going on, but I feel like something is ending, and if maybe you want it to end in a a good way, if you want it to end in an equal way, what's the word I'm trying to think of, a amicable way, thank you, Spirit, then maybe you just have to bite your tongue about certain things, hold back your emotions. That's not going to be for all of you, obviously, but that's for somebody who might have to make a decision or gets asked to, or maybe somebody is pushing your buttons and they are trying to push your buttons and they want a reaction from you. You're being asked to not be the bigger person, walk away. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're being mindful of the bigger picture. Thank you. We have the Knight of Swords. I feel like, again, looking for clarity. Trying to figure out, trying to make decisions, I feel like some of you might have like a writer's block or some kind of blockage in your thoughts and in your actions. Something is blocking you for moving forward with something. Let's see, I'm going to clarify that. Spirit, what do you mean by this Knight of Blades card? What is... I'm hearing being blocked. What is being blocked? What do you mean by this Knight of Blades? What do you mean by this? Thank you. I feel like something you're really excited about, something that needs to get started, something you're really excited about. We have the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. Something that needs to get off its feet. Something that you're trying to prepare for, or trying to put in, get active, trying to get the ball rolling on something. But something is blocking this. For some reason, you're not able to do it. You don't have the right tools, or maybe you don't have the right tools, like physical tools, like to manufacture something. There might be something you want to build or put together, and you don't have the right tools to do that. You want to get something off the ground. Something, make something from nothing. Like this could be a company, this could be an actual item or object. But I'm seeing there's not, you don't have the right tools to get it started. All right, so I was just told to move on to the concluding message. Spirit, what messages do you have to conclude this reading for Sagittarius? What reading do you have to conclude? What message do you have to conclude this reading? Thank you. Okay, so we have number 2, Apple of My Eye. Your higher self chose this card because there is often an expectation that transformation will happen with a big bang. One day you'll wake up and be completely different from how you were yesterday, or some dramatic event will happen that causes your whole life to renew itself. Transformation is usually sparked by a dramatic life change, but a spark only represents potential. You still have to take the spark and nourish it before it becomes a raging fire that burns through your life. Mindfulness is the best way to begin forming habits that lead to dramatic results. For example, you may need to find more awareness, clarity, like I was saying, about poor eating or money habits. You may need to be aware, to be more present in your career if you're looking to advance. Perhaps you need to be more mindful about the way you've given away your power. Maybe you allow others to speak to you negatively, or you find yourself giving a lot more than you get in return. That Justice card, the equality, is first thing that I said, being treated equally. Once you're mindful of where you need change, you won't be able to unlearn this information. And each moment of awareness will become an opportunity to make a new choice. You can continue to make the same choices that have kept you where you are, or you can decide to do something different and begin to move in a new direction, taking one tiny step at a time. And that's all it takes. Taking one tiny step is a step in the right direction. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel. And also hit that notification bell. That will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. And I do go live every Monday and Thursday between 6:30 and 7 Eastern time. I do pop-up readings. So hitting that notification bell will let you know when I go live. And if you can't make it to a live or just aren't keen on it, then I'll see you here next time. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I'll see you next time. Bye.